trust me, come with a real. You hip in the front seat, get my meals, I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, skrilling that tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah, I'm okay.
April.
Oh yeah.
April.
Guitar.
Got the guitar.
Yeah, shout out to Phil. Shout out to Phil.
Phil. Shout out to you, man. That's dope. I was playing that before the show began, and there's some woman in the lobby out there for Lady James. She's like the thing. I don't know what was going on. She just kept staring me down.
Yeah.
So I started doing it with my tongue. She walked
Great
away.
Weekend. Appreciate you, Phil. Appreciate Nitty Gritty. Everybody that we saw
out
at opening day, man. That was a lot of fun. Had a blast every year. Shout out to Grand Slam Fest for having us out again. Shout out to Stick for getting us in there, doing all that stuff, man. Shout out to DJ Godfather.
Shout out to Stick for getting us in there because it is definitely an opportunity. That's a dope spot.
Yeah, now it's just every year for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing that.
It's like the spot.
That is the spot. We had over 3,500 people through that event.
I'm saying.
Shout out, man. A lot of fun. I was hitting, 62 on the speed pitch.
Was it 62?
Yeah, 62 is where I topped out.
Shout out to Brady.
Respectable.
Sucked at the. It was phenomenal for theatrics, for content.
Yeah.
We had our boy Brady who played baseball. He won a couple rings, if I'm not mistaken. A couple World Series at his level.
Yep.
And he broke the record. Out of nowhere, the previous record holder mobs up with his fucking boys.
Yeah.
Which I knew.
And broke it again. He reset it.
Which I knew some of the people from that crew, which was funny. I didn't know the guy who pitched, but I knew Braden who was there. So shout out to him. But yeah, that was a pretty epic duel. Not gonna lie,
that was
going
awesome.
Back and forth. Yeah,
we gotta get that. We gotta get that on tape. Is that the one that you filmed, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I was wondering if they didn't get it up.
I'll make sure it gets up. All the audio was messed up on our stuff because of the mic.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
So, I brought that case back, by the way. I could have just kept it, But
good
man
man
of integrity.
Nice man.
Wait,
did Carrie just watch one? Oh, no.
Did something happen?
No.
Oh.
Tigers are up 5-1 right now on the Yankees. We're going to get into that. They got 2 men on, 1 man out. Kerry Carpenter up to bat.
Casey Mize, another solid outing.
Great outing from Casey Mize. He looks really good. His stuff looks really good. That splitter looks better than it has ever in the MLB. I know it's only 2 outings, but just absolutely nasty stuff. We're going to get into all that. We're going to talk about Casey Mize and Job. But first, Nick, it was your first opening day as the Detroit Tigers beat reporter. You killed it. A lot of amazing top-tier content. Tell the fans how it went.
Yeah, fellas, honestly, it was truly special to be down there covering this Tiger team, and I gotta say, the vibes are high. You can tell being down there. This team went on such a special run last year, and a lot of times you want to say it was just like a one-off or it was a one-time thing, but you saw a lot of that Tigers run from last year, and the magic they had ultimately come to fruition in this Sunday finale against the White Sox.
Yeah,
when the Cardiac Cats can't kill them, baby. This team came back in the 9th, got some guys on base, drew a couple big walks, one of them being from Andy Ibanez. I was ready to torch him on the post game because he had a very poor game prior to that. So he had a big at-bat, getting it to Riley, I believe again, getting it to ultimately Torkelson to step up and win the game for the Tigers. It was super special. I know we're going to dive into it, but just being there the weekend, met Keegan-Michael Key. That was super cool. Dan Dickerson, Andy Dirks, Matt Bonetti. It was special. Shout out Justin Henry Malloy.
Yeah.
Scooble, even a little video there. So make sure you guys are checking us out on the Woodward Sports socials and at Nick Cola for all the Tigers content.
Dude, so when next time you talk to Scoobs, you got to be as bro as possible without going over the line, but he's such a bro, dude. I made a Riley Green edit today. Go check it out on my social medias.
It's actually his best
edit. It's probably the best edit I've ever done.
I hate him after yesterday, but that was a great edit.
But I was listening to some of the uncut raw audio from them celebrating clinching the playoffs. This man, Scooble, dude, I fucking love the guy. Just some of the shit he was saying in there that got caught in. I was surprised that Fox put it out there.
I didn't see why you sent to us.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. I'll send it to you guys after, but
I mean, I just knew from last year. Every
just
time
him
he
being
had
such a bro. Like
every time he had an outing, yeah, he's fucking like, fuck you.
it sounded like us during commercial break. I'll
Yeah.
just say that.
That's
It
what's
was
up.
it was fucking awesome, dude. It just made me love Scooble more.
But it's even like when he went to go sign that ball, and the guy was dick riding because obviously
Yeah,
Cy Young winner.
He's like, I pitched like shit.
yeah, and he did. You know, he's like, what do you mean? I pitched like shit. And told Nick when Nick was walking by, or he's walking by Nick, he said, I'll be good.
yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
exactly. I didn't know if that was like, I'll be good. Like, don't want a fucking interview right now, dude. I just had
yeah.
too bad. But it was also kind of like, thumbs up. I'll be good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I was like,
he's-
good.
Yeah, I didn't know which one it
interpret
was.
how you
That's
want.
very true.
Yeah.
Jay,
but-
they always say Jay's the nicest guy. Fucking walks up, high fives Nick. What's up? What was that like?
All right, so that was literally the first day. I'm obviously nervous. You know, I'm in a new setting with actual big leaguers for the first time.
Yeah.
Jay making his opening day debut, hitting in the one spot. So I'm like, all right, well, the lineup just came out. Let's see if Jay comes up right to me, daps me up, gives me a knuck after the first question, like, you feeling any extra pressure about, being leadoff for opening day? He said, no, pressure's a privilege. And I was like, holy shit, I can actually relate to that being here right now. Let's go, Jay-Hen. Knucked me up, had a good opening day.
And that's a great
I've
quote.
loved what I've seen out of Jay-Hen. I know we're
That's
getting
a
into him
bar.
a little bit, it's too. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even relate that to that being your first time too, because that is a great question for him, and the big moment like that, and then way to ease you into like your situation as well.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a great guy. He seems
Great
like
dude.
a great dude, and he raked today.
He raked today. Yeah, him and Ibanez. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into how the Tigers are looking so far today. Game going on right now. But, yeah, just a great opening series sweep of the White Sox. You saw a lot of things that you like to see out of this team.
Mm-hmm.
Job got on the mound, and he had another rookie-like performance, but
Yeah.
he got he avoided the loss because of the heroics of Spencer Torkelson and the other guys, so you love to see that. I don't know, man. They look good. They look really good.
They do.
And I know that they're only 5-4, but with what they're doing to the Yankees today, with
Torres being out,
Torres being
Meadows
out,
being out,
all of the injuries that they're dealing with 4 of their top 8 bats being out, it's awesome to see them hitting the way they are. It's kind of different guys chipping in too. A lot of different games. Like today, we see it's Jay-Hen and Ibanez. Obviously, on Sunday it was Javier Baez and Spencer Torkelson. So, just good consistency throughout the entire lineup. Riley Green's not having a great day today, but he has been lights out so far this season, and the pitching staff is looking as advertised.
Yeah, he's going against a lefty, but it's a little bit more like chaos, like
Yeah.
you said. Nick was talking about, like, it was just like a little.
Hitting chaos.
Yeah, it wasn't magic from last year. It carried over because we possibly have the best manager in baseball.
Yep.
It's just it's gross, and the lineup card may come out, and we may question it, or he may pinch hit certain guys, certain situations, and it's not always going to work out. Like baseball is one of those sports where it's a little bit of a numbers game. I feel like, but he's going to make the right decision, or like there's at least something behind. There's a theory behind it. It's not just he's going to slug right here. You know what I'm saying? Like there's reasoning behind it, and. Yeah,
he's due.
Yeah, exactly.
That's such a baseball thing, dude. Oh, he's due.
Yeah.
He's 0 for 12. He's due. He's going to get some good contact here.
It's been a month.
Yeah, he
About
hasn't
time.
touched a pitch. He's due.
Yeah.
And honestly, Ibanez was due, and he fucking roped one in this game. That was the hardest hit home run of Andy Ibanez's career in this game. That bitch got out of there in a hurry. So, I mean, this is... Tigers just scored another run there. Bases
Nice.
loaded.
Who?
Fielder's choice. Trey Sweeney gets the ball on the ground, scores a run. 2 outs, 2 men on. Bottom of the 7th inning.
This is crazy. I mean, it's the Yankees.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool
Up
to see.
6-1. So Trey Sweeney plates a run with the fielder's choice there.
Like we swept the Sox, but it's like
It's the White Sox. The Mariners
Exactly.
aren't that good.
And
You put up fights against the Dodgers. If you had 1 or 2 hits in either of those games, you win a game or 2 against the Dodgers, and now they look really good against the Yankees, who had a good. It's not like they had a bad pitcher on the mound, you know.
Yeah,
Nick?
Rodon. Yeah, he's like Benetti said in the broadcast. He's thrown a no hitter before. Like
Yeah.
he is a top of the line guy when he's on. And I just think with this team right now, it's like, oh, it's the White Sox. Like, don't say that. Like, actually watch the games.
You gotta
know?
watch the
Like,
games.
You have to. And this pitching staff is going to be very good. I already said it, the top pitching staff in the American League for sure, maybe in all of baseball. So
Yeah.
if this team can hit they're going to win so many ball games because this pitching staff is shutting it down right now. And I know we're going to dive into some of those guys a little bit more later, so I don't want to give too much away. But this Tigers team isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
Torkelson bounces out to the pitcher there to end the 7th inning, a couple men on, but the Tigers tack on another run, and that's something that I've really liked in their wins. Their wins haven't been, we got 5 runs in the first inning and then we're just done. They have been consistently tacking on more runs as the game goes on. So you get 3 in the first, and you get 2 in the third, and then you get 1 here, 1 there. So you don't just have to rely on your pitchers, and they can pump the zone full of strikes because they know their team's going out there and consistently tacking on extra runs as the game goes on. That is something that is very good to see. The power being back is something that's very good to see. They already have now, I think, 12 home runs with that Ibanez one today. They finished May last year with 9. So it's a very good thing to see them hitting the ball out of the ballpark. Obviously, Spencer Torkelson with 2 of those himself. So, Tigers look great. Hopefully they can hold on to get this win against the Yankees, and then you can keep going. You win series, The Central's wide fucking open. So it's good to see them play in the way they are.
And today might not be the best day to bring it up, but our Tigers beat reporter did call Riley Green a superstar.
He did.
He's in Reagan.
Yeah, he does look like that top 5 AL MVP candidate right now, and it's always going to be a journey against lefties, like in this lineup, like Rodon today. Like we saw it. That's why I know we're going to get to it again. But Riley Green, like Kerry Carpenter, AJ tries to put him in the best situations to be successful. Riley can hit lefties. Like that's not going to concern me in the long run. But when he's going up against a righty, like I feel genuinely great about that dude having 2 bases every day.
Yeah.
Like every day as a lock going up against a righty. I don't know if that's, that's how I feel.
No, and
like,
then you got,
smart.
The lefties are going to tear through this lineup sometimes. If you get a good lefty on the mound with the way the Tigers lineup is set up, lefties are going to have a good day unless you got the guys in there to punish them, and they punish them. And in this game, your number 1 lefty punisher, arguably in baseball, went out there and hit a fucking moonshot in Andy Ibanez. Torkelson is another guy that you could put out there to punish lefties. Jahan is a guy that can punish some lefties. We saw Jahan and Ibanez do it today. Torkelson, he's had a couple nice swings, but he just looks off, but it's fine. He's playing very well so far. But
he's due.
You need those couple righties in your lineup to punish the lefties when they're on the mound, and today you had 2 of them do it. So,
Javi on defense.
Yeah.
Let's go to break. Come
Had
back.
a couple nice plays today as well.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I saw you guys get into MBD. I saw the clip about it.
Uncle
golden
Neil,
voice.
Uncle Neil.
Singing some opera there.
He's sticking to his guns, but you got to give credit where credit is due.
We'll get into it. But first, let me tell you guys about Mark White. Whether you're buying or selling a home, Mark White is a place to go. It's where I've gone. It's where friends in the past have gone. It's also where you can go to save $5,000 in closing costs on the price of your new home. MarkWhiteSells.com is a website. 248-290-8242 is a number. Again, that's MarkWhiteSells.com or dial up 248-290-8242. It's MarkWhiteSells.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Detroit Leagues has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where everybody can get a full body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month, or you can upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
What up? Welcome back to What Heavyweights live on Woodsports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by some more action. Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share the stream. We're talking Tigers baseball and just a little bit of consistency the offense will be able to provide, despite, I guess, a lot of our takes. A lot of us heading into the season being nervous about it, especially when you add on the injuries. But the fact they've been there consistently has been very, very impressive. One of the big reasons why, Smitty, is Spencer Torkelson. I got some numbers here. Nearly doubled last April. His on-base percentage, his slugging rate, and his OPS. It's a different torque.
Yeah, he's raking right now, and they did a lot of talk, and they've obviously been honing in on how much he's changed his batting stance and his approach at the plate, and it is truly working wonders. I mean, you look at it, he's more athletic, he's more hunched over at the point of attack. His bat is on more of a horizontal line than it was kind of straight up in the last year's stance. His feet are further back so he can see deeper into the zone, and he just looks more comfortable. He looks like he's ready to pounce on balls rather than waiting for them to get to him, and he has been doing it so far. He's putting the barrel in the middle of the strike zone, and he's creating a lot of hard contact, and we've said it before, like, there's nobody that would ever question that Torkelson has the most pop on this team. You needed him to be back. I said that if he hits 30 home runs, the Tigers are probably going to make the playoffs. If he doesn't, they probably won't. He is truly the catalyst of this team and the X factor going forward because of how this lefty lineup looks. Like I said, you need a guy, right-handed bat, pop. That's why everybody wanted Bregman so bad, because you needed a right-handed bat with pop, and Torkelson's come out there and he's played very well. You know, I snapped on him because he said he didn't watch himself play, or he didn't watch himself bat, and he doesn't watch video and stuff like that.
And you were alone on that, by the way. Everybody killed him for that,
he was
that's a dumb statement to make.
He was obviously lying because he watched himself a lot because of the drastic changes that he's made. And you love to see it. Like, he's a good kid, and you want to see him hit hard, and the Tigers need him to hit hard. So good Torkelson is good for Detroit, and it's good for the Tigers. And he's been very good so far. He's not having a good day today, but it's fine. It's going to happen.
2 outs, 1 on, Goldschmidt up. He's kind of poop. On top of the 8th.
Yeah, 1-1. Brisky on the mound, top of the 8th here.
Our official Tigers beat reporter.
Yeah, Torkelson, to me, you can just tell it's night and day difference with his confidence in actually seeing the ball. Yes, he has struck out a little bit, but it doesn't matter because he's able to do damage. You know, it's not just a single, which he has been getting good contact on those as well, but it's the damage that he's been doing. In the last 5 games previous to today, 4 extra base hits, 5 RBIs with those 8 Ks. But the Ks don't concern me because for this team to ultimately be successful, Torkelson needs to drive in runs every single game. Guys that are getting on base in front of him, a guy like Riley Green, a guy like Jay Henn, you know, if Carp's hitting in front of him, those guys are going to get on base. The bottom of the lineup, you know, maybe a different bit of a question at times, but the top guys will get on base. For Spencer Torkelson, he needs to continue to drive in runs all year long. And right now, I'm ready to say I think he will. I think this is a completely different ball player right now.
I think it is.
I think this is who everybody thought that you were getting when you drafted Spencer Torkelson 1-1. That's the kind of damage he's doing right now to opposing teams' pitchers.
Yeah, top of the 8th, 2 men on, 2 men out. Jazz Chisholm in the batter's box. 1-1 count here for Bo Brisky. I think that, yeah, Torkelson has made some great plays. Oh, Colt, what was that?
They scored.
Colt Keith threw the ball away, and they score a run. Had Jazz Chisholm at first by 2 steps.
Yeah, it would have been the end of the ending.
He bumbled the hop and then threw it into the dugout almost. Just a terrible play by Colt Keith at second base.
Throw.
He gets the ball, hits off the heel of his glove, and he bumbles it, and then he just misses torque by 3 feet. It's just bad play there by Colt Keith, but that's why they didn't want him at second. That's why they wanted him at first.
It's not great at first either. I'd rather have torque at first.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you saying?
What?
Where you put him?
Still 2 men on, 2 men out.
DHing him?
Finding Malloy out in left or right, I guess. I mean, I want to keep Riley in left, but
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad play that could have ended the inning, and inning stays alive. Yankees get a run. Still a 4-run game, but
They
2
got
men
guy
on, 2 men
third,
out.
too.
Bobrisky on the mound.
Yeah, the Torque stuff though too, because I'm just now re-entering the world of baseball. I exited out when we got rid of Dombrowski. Obviously, last year's run happened, and I have to do this for a living. And I am a Tigers fan at the end of the day. Like if I am going to choose a baseball team, so I'm back in it. I'm almost going to change the way I have the Brad Holmes 3-year rule. So I see a guy develop and kind of have the same rule or the 25 mark, I guess, for batters now too, because Torque, his comeback was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it was just obvious that something had to change with Torque's approach at the plate and his swing. And he was refusing to do that. And then obviously in the summer he made some drastic changes, and that resulted in what he's done so far this year. Jazz Chisholm still second there, still 2 men on, 2 men out, 1-1 on Anthony Volpe. But you love to see it out of Torque. You love to see it. And hopefully you can continue to do it all year.
So to go along with Torque, Eazy, I did want to mention
Head to the ninth.
Justin Henry Malloy, because AJ Hinch has seemingly put him in that one spot, and he has been great.
Yeah.
The way Justin Henry Malloy works in at bat is better than anybody on this team right now.
Yeah.
And this is his first time ultimately getting these starts at that number 1 spot for a team that is going to contend, in the American League. I truly believe that. He is solidified himself as that leadoff hitter, the way he's able to work an account. Today, I saw, because now pitchers know that's how they're trying to attack him. He swung first pitch. He's like, this is going to be a cookie. I'm going to get it. He missed it today, but that's how he is now trying to, adjust to other teams getting ahead of him, because they know that he can work a count. And it's really big for this team for him to continue to get on base, especially going up against the lefty pitching. How have you felt about J-Hen so far this season, Spenny?
I felt he looked exactly like I expected him to. I was so upset when he did not make the team starting at, opening day in LA. I think you have a guy like Justin Henry Malloy out there, you probably get one of those knocks to give you a win against the Dodgers. But he is a professional hitter already. Like, you saw it down the stretch last year, and in the playoffs, he was giving you some of the best at-bats on this team. He sees the zone very well. He doesn't swing it much outside of the zone, and when it's in there, he makes hard contact. I love Justin Henry Malloy and what he brings to this Tigers offense. I think you needed him, and I'm glad that, unfortunately, it was because of a Torres injury that he got his start, but they needed it, and he's not going back down to AAA. I can tell you that. He's looking really good, looking really comfortable in the batter's box, and it's not like he's made any kind of glaring mistake in the outfield so far this year. So hopefully he can continue to do that. He had another RBI single today, got 2 runs across. You love to see that.
Shout out to Rick Rogers on that one too.
Yep.
Oh, my.
That was slick.
Great. How about that back pick, dude?
Back
Talk
pick by
about
Jake Rogers
momentum.
was nasty.
Yeah.
That was one of the crazier plays I've seen in baseball. I haven't seen that happen. A guy get picked off third
A
in
good
years.
guy, too, like a fast guy too. You
Yeah.
know, it's that was a beauty of a back pick by Jake Rogers. You got Judge in the box, man on third base after a leadoff triple, and you get it there. Just a giant confidence boost for Casey Mize.
Yep.
And just a great play by one of the best defensive catchers in the game. So,
J-Hen, real quick, 478 on base percentage right now. Obviously, it's early. That number's going to go down, but if he can be around 400, that's fucking elite.
that is elite.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's what I was gonna say. Like usually, I think it's usually the speedier guys on leadoff, but when you got a guy like that who's constantly on base,
Yep.
get that guy on. That's like you said too, working the count as well.
Yeah. He's like I say, he's a professional hitter. He
Who
goes
got
up
it in
there.
the Dodger series? Was Kreidler leadoff?
Kreidler was starting. I don't know if he was leadoff, but I know he started at center.
McKinstry
McKinstry
maybe.
was
McKinstry,
leadoff.
that's who it was. Yeah.
Which McKinstry's looked good this year, too. A lot of guys are stepping up right now.
Nice little bunt today.
That was
That
Kreidler.
was Kreidler.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a great bunt by Kreidler, though. But he's got to beat that out. I mean, he hesitated after he bunted.
You saw the hesitation?
Yeah, he hesitated
He's like,
in the
"Did I
box.
get it down?"
It would have been perfect. You would have been safe. That was a perfect bunt. He just hesitated in the box. Riley Green strikes out there. 0 for 3 on the day for him.
Easy. I want to ask you, who's been your biggest surprise just off the top of your head? Like
Torque all day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be it for everybody, right? Or
Torque or Javi.
I mean, Javi's up there for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Javi's got higher average than torque right now.
Yeah.
I mean, less at bats, obviously, but
I think his on base percentage is the same as his batting average, so that's not great. But
Not gonna walk.
listen, we know what he is. We know what we expect to get from him. There you go. There's a hit for Zach McKinstry. 1 out hit, single in the left field. But I'm happy with what Javi's been doing. He's been playing electric in the field. That is extremely important because last year he couldn't field and he couldn't hit. So you got to at least be able to be good in the field, and he has been. He looked good at third base. He obviously made that great play yesterday with the tag. He had a great double play turned at short today, and he's getting. So let's see if he can get a hit here. So he's already 1 for 3 today. Got himself a poke. Got thrown out at second, but
yeah, what was he? What happened there?
I don't know. They just read. It was a good
coach or is him?
They had the steal on, and the Yankees made a good call to throw over to first base. Thank God, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
There's another ground ball. Oh, Javi might beat it out. Nope. He gets thrown out at first. McKinstry to second. 1 on, 2 out in the bottom of the 8th. Let's go to break. We'll come back. We're going to keep talking Tigers. We're going to talk about Casey Mize and Jackson Jobe and how they have looked in their first 2 starts of the season. But first, tell us about merch, Chris.
First, let me tell you about that merch. Head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab there. Get some brand new hoodies, tees, hats, all that for all teams, all seasons. Over at Woodward Sports, we are constantly getting new designs, so make sure you are checking out that shop tab on Woodward Sports. Once again, go to our website, woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today and get yourself some brand new merch.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet of Novi, Detroit's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year for 6 consecutive years. Get a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 crew for just $199 a month. And you can also get a Chevy Equinox for only $249 a month. Come see George Hawes and his team at Feldman Chevrolet of Novi today.
Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. The Tigers head to the 9th. Hopefully wrap up this game against New York Yankees. Scoop on the mound tomorrow too, right?
Scoop's on the mound tomorrow, yep. That's very good for the Tigers. Hopefully, Scooble's going to want to come out there and have a better performance than he's given in the past 2 starts. So expect some fireworks tomorrow out of the Tigers ace.
And then Torres back this weekend?
Torres likely back this weekend. Yeah, it's the report they get. It's not confirmed anything yet, but seems like it wasn't too serious. And I remember the game after it happened, Javi got a hit. He got on first base, and he looked at Torres in the dugout, and he made fun of his injury. He was messing with him. And so you're not going to do that to somebody if he's actually injured, seriously injured. So, sounds like they're expecting Torres to be back by the weekend, and that's a good sign because that's just another bat that the Tigers can get in this lineup, and they can keep things rolling because he was swinging the bat well. I mean, obviously, he hit a home run on the pitch that hurt him, so hopefully he can come back and ready to go.
Yeah, speaking of things rolling, the Tigers bullpen is on one.
Yes, it is.
From top to bottom, I think the only I'm not even gonna I'm not beating the kid up. Job is the only one. But he's working his way through.
Yeah, Tigers rotation. Yeah, is pitching really well. The bullpen numbers don't look bad or don't look good, but that's because Maeda, like that one, the one inning of Maeda kind of skewed the whole bullpen's numbers so far. But the starters have looked really good. Job has looked as I expected him to look. He's a rookie. I don't know how many times I said this in the offseason, but this is what you're going to get out of him. He's going to give up some hard contact. He's going to show signs where he looks like he's got the best stuff on the team, and he's going to use a lot of pitches to get guys out. So he's been as advertised, and I expect him to get better as the season goes on. Casey Mize, though, I said before the season, out of the we're back summer, between Mize, Baez, and Torkelson, I had the most faith in Casey Mize actually being back because he has Chris Fetter and because it's really just been a health thing with Casey. It's never been really the ability or him not making his pitches. It's just been he hasn't been able to stay healthy. And so coming into this season, he looks as good as he has ever looked in a Tigers uniform. That splitter is one of the nastiest pitches in the MLB, and he has that bitch going. So for today, he was dropping that off a cliff to Jazz Chisholm and Volpe and a couple other guys, striking guys. That is a legitimate swing and miss pitch. Like I said, when that splitter is on, that's why he was drafted 1-1, because it's one of the nastiest pitches in the league. And he's had that bitch work in his first two starts, and you love to see it.
Yeah, to me, what stood out the most in today's outing for Casey Mize was you had guys on first and second. You don't give up the big hit to Aaron Judge. He got a single. He snuck it past Baez. Okay, this inning could unravel, and we used to see it unravel with a guy like Casey Mize. Guys on first and second. Then you get Cody Bellinger up at the plate. You got one strike on him, throws him the nasty splitter, and he wasn't even close on it. Just swinging out of his shoes to get to 2 strikes on him. What's he do? Doubles down with the splitter. You saw this a lot in his first start to get Cody Bellinger to strand 2 runners on base. It was a big difference in why Casey Mize ultimately only let up 1 run in this game and went 6 strong, is because he was able to get out of that inning and rely on Old Faithful, his splitter. To the lefties, it's going down like horizontally to the right and down, like a lot of vertical break on it. It is so nasty right now. Lefties cannot hit it. When he's locating it like middle right and it just falls off of the plate, it is so much fun to watch right now. It's truly one of the best pitches I've ever seen.
Yeah, and Tommy Canley on the bump right now for the Tigers, trying to close this one out. He's been kind of the de facto closer early in the season for the Tigers. And this guy, I said he was a demon when we signed him, and I got laughed at, but he is a demon, man.
Knuckleball demon.
Talk about one of the changeup, dude. It's changeups. And that's like, talk about one of the best pitches in baseball. Tommy Canley has the best changeup in baseball, and it's not close. And it was awesome. The art of pitching, the first batter he had, he struck him out with a 94-mile-per-hour fastball right down the middle, because you don't expect him to throw a fastball, because he gets out there, he throws 20 pitches, he's throwing 19 changeups. So he's got the 2-2 count here, 1 man out. Grisham, who has been absolutely electric to start the season for the Yankees, and he gets a weak pop out to Riley Green over there. Or it looks like, who's that, Javi or Ibanez making the play?
Caught it, but
2 outs here, top of the 9th. Tigers looking to slam the door on the Yankees. But, yeah, the pitching staff has been so good. Flaherty looked good, obviously. Reese Olson dealt with a little bit of controversy, but always found his way through it when he did.
A beard.
Yeah, maybe he needs a beard. But
some facial hair.
No, you love to see what the Tigers – the pitching, this is what they needed, to be the best pitching staff in baseball. And – they arguably have the best rotation in baseball, and they've looked like it so far this season.
I was talking about Canley. Who's like John Brabo?
Yeah.
Killing it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brabo looks good. Tyler Holton had a couple good innings today.
How many runs Tyler give up this year?
0 so far.
Exactly. Dog. Most underrated pitcher in baseball.
Good pitch.
Actually, I have a video of Tyler Holton. It's the one Nick posted on Twitter. Did you grab that one by chance?
Tyler was not the...
Dude, it was funny.
That was a funny video. I forgot that I had that.
All right, Yankees down to their last strike here. But, yeah, the Tigers pitching staff has been as advertised.
Here's Tyler Holton.
He had some words during warm-ups.
I should have sent the whole video.
Yeah, you just said 2, so I'll loop it.
All right, bet.
crashing
Tyler's on
out
the
of-
other side.
Yeah, who is? That's not Tyler Holden.
I don't know who that one is.
That might have been Bo Brisky.
Oh, I thought it was Holden. I thought that's what he said on Twitter.
Damn, Easy. That was racist.
Yeah, Canely here, looking for the strikeout to end the game. Like I said, 1-2 count.
Boom,
top of the
baby!
ninth, and just
Tigers win.
absolute demon changeup. You guys laughed. You guys fucking laughed at me.
I
When
did
we
not
signed
laugh. I liked
Canely,
him.
I said he's
I
a
liked
I
him.
didn't
demon.
know who the fuck the guy was.
You were
I
like,
like him.
I could.
yeah, this guy's a demon, and there he's looks like he's going to be the closer for the Tigers this year, and he looks damn good doing it. So,
Damn,
big
son.
win to start the series off against the Yankees, 6-2 with Scooble coming to the mound tomorrow. We're gonna talk about it right now, Nick. That first game. Obviously, we talked about Mize. Obviously, we talked about Ibanez. But what did you like the most on that first game against the Yankees?
I think you can't talk about this game without talking about how important that back pick was by Jake Rogers to get the momentum in this game. Aaron Judge on the mound. They made a mental mistake. We've seen a lot of mental mistakes from guys like Colt Keith this season. So this time it was on the other side. It was the Yankees making the mistake, and Jake Rogers picked them off. It was awesome to see. I think that was a big momentum change in this ball game. One guy that stood out to me, we talk about Ibanez. He's had a slow start and even a tough end to last season, besides that Astro series when he ultimately had a great hit for the Tigers. But to get Ibanez going against lefties again is going to be really big for this team. And Justin Henry Malloy, I cannot stop talking about this guy. I think the sky is the limit for J-Hen. If you are buying stock, put it in Justin Henry Malloy.
Wow.
I really like what he means for this Tiger team moving forward. I think he's going to be an absolute star. And then talking about stars, I mean, Casey Mize, he is so back. I've never seen him look more dominant on a mound to a team that was averaging more than 8 runs a ball game.
Yeah.
You just held right there. Casey specifically to 1 run. Casey Mize looking dangerous, especially as your 5th starter right now. He's not the 5th best starter in this team.
No.
But
He's
That's
looking like
crazy.
the 2nd best starter on this team. Through
I
2
said it
starts.
last
I mean,
week.
Flaherty's unhittable as well.
Yeah, he is.
So,
Yeah.
and Reese looked great.
Reese
his
looked
next
great.
time out.
I'd probably say Flaherty 2, Mize 3. Or not, Mize 3.
I hate saying that too, but it's like I could put Mize too, but like Flaherty's doing great
Yeah.
too. So it's like Mize.
We just see
yeah.
more consistency out of Flaherty outside the injuries, obviously.
Yeah, Mize has been incredible to start the season. Tyler Holton, incredible as well. It's the sky. Like, what is the limit for this pitching staff? Can we have the best pitching staff in baseball?
Yes,
I think the-
Because
absolutely.
I believe that we do.
I think through 2 weeks, we do.
We just got hit up that one day against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And it's the Dodgers.
And
by
it's
the
the
way, too.
Dodgers.
Yeah, like,
So through 2 weeks, the Tigers have the best starting rotation in baseball. And I think we all said they had the potential to do that. They just need to stay healthy. And this is a long season, but as of right now, the only thing we can go off of is the first 2 weeks. And that is when Job's your worst starter and he's only got, he gave up 3 runs, both of his starts?
4.
So,
3 runs, both starts, 1 4-inning, 1 5-inning. The thing with Job, though, is he's walked 7
yeah.
in those
And that's gonna happen.
starts.
He's a
So,
rookie.
Yeah.
Job, just get the control down a little bit. Like, make the other team beat you, which we've seen, a couple of the guys got him in that first series against the Mariners. He gave up a couple homers, but make them beat you. Your stuff is there. Your stuff is good. Just, he's so young. Like,
He's
I think
very
he
young.
will. I think the control will come with time. So,
yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing for Jackson. Like, just trust your stuff. You have it. Like, you have what it takes to be here and be elite at this level. Just don't give the guys free passes because people are going to score when you walk, 7 people in your first 2 games.
Yep, that's going to happen.
And I was talking to Broder
He's a
about that
rookie.
a little bit too, and he's like, it probably won't be till the fall starts to come around to see him take on what he'll be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I mean. He's a rookie. He's 22 years old. It's going to take a little while, but I like what I've seen so far. The stuff is there. Once he starts locating that fastball better, right on the black for more swings and misses and more strikeouts, you're really going to see him dial up. But this is what happens with rookie pitchers. Not everybody comes in and is Paul Skeens, So that's a generational prospect.
By the way, the Demon Esprit said for Tommy Canely, no hits, 2 Ks. The one inning closed it out for the Tigers.
Yeah, he is. He looks like he's the closer so far this year. I mean, that's when they've used him, and I like it because the best closer of all time. It's not like he had 6 pitches. He had 2 pitches, and one of them was the best pitch in the game. Tommy Kahnle right now, he's got 2 pitches. He's got the best changeup in the league. So, and it gets swings and misses, and that's what you need out of a closer. Like, what if Mariano had the splitter, right? It was just. It's not like he had. Justin Verlander 6 pitches or whatever it was. You just need a good fastball you can locate and a swing and miss pitch as a closer, and that's what Kahnle has. So if that's how they're going to use him, I'm excited for it. He's been in big situations with the Yankees before. He knows how to pitch in the playoffs and in through stressful times, and he's got an insane pitch. So I love it.
What will be your rotation come playoff time right now?
That's way too early to say anything like that.
What would it be?
Right now, it would be Skubal, Flaherty, Mize. And then I have Olsen as the long guy out of the pen.
So we had 2.
And that would be as good as any baseball team in the league can put up as a playoff rotation.
I'm with you. I think Skubal, Flaherty by itself. I mean, Flaherty helped the Dodgers win a ring.
Well, you look at the Dodgers. They got, by then they'll have Shohei back. It'll be Shohei, Glasnow, maybe Kershaw. Or obviously they have a.
So Shohei's going back
Blake
to pitching?
Snell, but he just got injured.
He did just get injured?
He did just get injured.
Like a long term or?
I don't know, but he's
an
I
old
forget
guy.
what it was, but I did know that he got injured, and I was like, of course we had to go up against him prior to.
You gonna say something? I say I'm down to move this to Tigers. Or I'm sorry, move this to Pistons. Or if you guys want to come back talk about Javi briefly, you know what? Let's come back. We'll briefly talk about Daniil and Javi beef. I want the update on that one because I only saw the clip on today's social media from Woodward Sports.
Yeah.
But Feist, how about that Lady Jane's?
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, get an amazing award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. You could also get a hot leather neck shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment, all that good stuff. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards. We offer top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that D-Mag trusts, Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit him at MichiganSportsandSpine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944.
Yeah, honestly, I think everything else is like kind of one-sided. I feel like they're like a even pairing, you know?
Say it for the...
I said Andy Dirks and Jace Benetti. I think they're the best duo in Detroit sports.
I still like Ken Daniels and Mickey Redmond better.
But see, for me, I like Mickey way more than I like Ken Daniels.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, that's an opinion. But I also I like Carlos Pena in the booth more than I like Andy Dirks personally. I thought Carlos Pena did a great job.
Andy Dirks is hilarious.
Dirks is great. Yeah, they're really good. But I liked Carlos Pena a lot too.
Nick?
I love Benetti and Dirks. I'm a little biased. Obviously, I love baseball the most, but
Dirks would give us some tickets last year.
I mean, Ken Daniels or Mickey Redmond, love him. I love the personality that shines through. I mean, I also like even on the radio, like the Lions calls of Dan Miller.
Miller, but one side of it because Dan Miller's like the strong side of it.
Yeah,
like pound for pound, Dan. Pound for pound, both the Dans are probably 1 and 2 for me.
Dan Dickerson, Dan Miller.
Yeah, just as individuals.
Yeah, I mean,
but as a pairing for me, it's Dirks and Benetti, just because they're. I'm not even a baseball guy. You know what I'm saying? They make it easier to, I guess, sit down and watch the game, or even have it on in the other room if I'm not listening to Dan Dickerson, that is. Chat, where you at? Who's Neil usually partnered up with? Mahorn?
Yeah, it'll be Neil and Rick Mahorn. This is Mark. He fills in for Mark Champion.
Well, that's number one. Yeah. All right, but after that,
Mark Champion's great, dude.
Yeah.
So Neil's great too.
Speaking of Neil,
Detroit's blessed with play-by-play and color commentators. We have some of the best in like all of sports.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a bias or not, but I kind of agree in that one. We didn't mention your Pistons guys. Are you offended by that?
No, I mean,
I think everybody knows.
Yeah. I love. I
they're legends, absolute legends, both of them.
Yeah,
it's time
recently. Yeah, recently. No,
it's time to hang them.
I'm with you on that one. Speaking of our guy Neil, under a little bit of heat, a little bit of scrutiny on BDE today. I saw the clip on Twitter of you guys showing the Javi tag.
Yeah,
the AJ Hinch praised.
AJ Hinch said, as a former catcher, if he could have one guy down there to receive a throw, it would be Javi Baez, and he's not wrong. Like this, we say it as a joke because like. He's a $25 million a year player, so you need him to be better than what he's been, obviously. And so we would always bring up, he's an elite tagger, and that would always freak Neil out. He would snap on it. But we say it facetiously, but it's not untrue. Like, he is an elite tagger, but you need to be more than that if you're making $25 million a year. Nick? But that was just another situation. Like, who can forget in the World Baseball Classic, Molina to Javi, no look, points at him. That is probably the most iconic tag of all time. I'm not even joking. And I know if I said that, Neil would freak out. But it's true, and it's funny at the same time. But Javi has been good this year. He's made great plays in the field. He's gotten caught a couple times base running, but
today was like, what's going on?
He looks better behind the plate. He looks more comfortable, or at the plate, excuse me. And he's got some good swings. Hopefully he can keep that up. He's not going to hit over 300, but like I said, if he can hit 230, that's an absolute win. And I know Neil doesn't accept that because of what he is. I've accepted what Javier Baez is. I think everybody needs to accept what Javier Baez is and appreciate that we're getting more than what he was last year because he's not going anywhere anytime soon. And you need him to do something, and he's doing something. He's not the worst player in baseball. And I know that's a very low bar to have, but it's better than him being the worst player in baseball. And he is elite at tagging people at second. That is an absolute fact.
Yeah, my buyout candidate right now would probably be Maeda.
Absolutely. I would buy out Maeda before.
Get him out of here.
Maeda should never see the field for this team.
I'm with you.
Maeda's only going to come
down 10 in the third.
I hate him ever since last year, the very first game last year. And the group chat was getting crazy. But it was that bad. And he's consistently been that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to try to take it game by game with Baez. That's really it. That's because we could talk ourselves in circles just talking about the last 2 seasons of him literally being the worst player in baseball. But what good is that going to do for this season? Not any at all. We need Baez on this team to be a guy that, can wreak some havoc on the base pass and, stir up some trouble, not throw the ball 10 feet over Torkelson's head at first. We need him to make the plays you're supposed to make, get on base, once a game maybe, and then try to stir up some stuff. I'll be cool with it.
Yeah.
If that's Baez and he's as long as you're not expecting him to do anything 1 through 7, if he's hitting or 1 through 6, I should say. Like if he's hitting 7, 8, or 9, like I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And it sucks because he is paid that much money, but if he can be a quality player on this team, I'll take that any day. If he can just be a player on this team, I'll take it.
That's what I'm saying. You got to accept what he is and be happy that you're getting more than what you expected from him. And Rando Smalls in the Woodward Sports chat with the super chat, he says, Spenny Dirk said today that the guys on the team are glad to see Javi having fun playing baseball again. And they should be.
Seems like a fun guy.
Hey, he plays the game in a fun way when he's not the worst player in baseball. Like he is flashy and he's got the swag and he swings, for the fences, and he has a nice swing, but unless he's swinging it shit 10 feet out of the zone. So everybody should be happy that Javi is playing the way he is. And I just got into it with Neil and Sean because you have to give credit where credit is due. That was an elite tag.
Elite tag or elite catch?
No other middle infielder for the Tigers can make that play except for Javier Baez. And he did, and it was great. And you have everybody who's watching it on the broadcast saying it. You have AJ Hinch say it after, and Neil just refused to give him any credit, and that's where I got a little upset. It's like, you can say you don't like him, and I understand why you don't, and I understand why you'd rather have somebody else out there, and you resent him because of the contract that Al Avila offered him. But when he makes a play like that, you can objectively look at it and say that was a great play.
I was about to ask it. Defensively, Nick, do you speak to that on Javier Baez?
I mean, yeah, everybody's going to joke about it, but he is an elite tagger. But obviously it came up so much because you're not paying him to be an elite tagger.
Yes.
If he's giving you, you can highlight the elite tags when he is also not, going
That's why I
over
can understand
100 every day at the plate. Even on the broadcast and stuff. I'm okay with them. They seem to be having a little bit of fun with it, obviously the comments to AJ Hinch and him hitting on it because he is an elite tagger.
It's something you have to talk about. It was the best play of the game. It's something you have to bring up. It was electric. And Daryl Slaughter says that Sean tried to say it was an accident and he wasn't even looking or trying to do it. And Neil was giving more credit to the throw, which was 2 feet off the base, than the tag. I thought they were joking.
Well, I thought Neil was giving credit to the catch.
No, he was giving credit to the. He was like, it was a good throw, but it was. I was like, good. It was a terrible throw, and Avi made a play on it. You have to give credit where credit is due. I think that, and it was a great play. That's why they talked to AJ Hinch about it, because it was like I said, it would have been a web gem if web gems are still a thing. There aren't a lot of shortstops who make that play.
What is a web gem?
It was like the Baseballs Tonight, top 3 plays.
Okay.
3 web gems.
Rip. El Mago.
Dumbo Jumbo with the Woodward Sports chat says, Javi been looking better so far this year, but Javi made a good catch yesterday, but the tag wasn't that spectacular because the ball was thrown right where the runner's leg was. IDK with the Glazers for.
I mean, it's still a phenomenal play.
The throw, he had to make that tag and the catch because the throw was 3 feet off the bag to the other side, 3 feet to the second base side of second base.
It's in downloads, Chris.
And he was the shortstop. He had to dive across to save the ball from going into center field and simultaneously tag the runner out who was past him closer to the base. It was an amazing play objectively. I don't understand. You have the hater glasses on if you can't look there and say that was a great play. That wasn't just a routine tag at second base. It's honestly confusing to me that people are downplaying it. I know I'm not, and Neil, put him in the All-Star game. Nobody's saying that. That one singular play that you could take out of context was great. And if you can't do that, you're a hater.
We have the video right here. I don't know if you were able to grab it or not, Chris, if you 3-cam it. Or...
Yeah, just make sure the volume's all the way down, too.
Yeah, yep. Give me 1 second here. There you said it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to call it tag, lead catch. It was a great play.
But if it wasn't there, he wouldn't have made the tag. If they threw it to second base, he would have easily made the tag. He would have been out if the ball would have been on second base. If he puts the ball on Javier Baez on second base, he tags him on the hand when he's sliding in. But the throw was so bad that he had to run over and grab it.
That's actually a good
It was a terrible throw.
You're actually right.
People glazing the throw is fucking insane.
You should have glazed that throw.
No, it was awful.
It should have been right to him.
And if that was literally any other middle infielder than Javier Baez, that ball is in center field and he's at third base.
Detroit Tigers beat reporter.
Yeah,
Bad
it was a great play. I mean, I don't know what the fuss is about in that at all.
I can't understand it. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
I'm
that-
honestly bewildered that people are glazing the throw and being like, "Oh, anybody could make that play."
You guys make
That's
Spinny say
what?
bewildered.
It's crazy. It doesn't make sense. I feel
guess
like I'm
so
in
smart.
fucking Bizarro world.
We have a Javier
I'm
Baez
bewildered.
Stan in the building.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not even.
I'm kidding.
I like what I'm seeing out of him. That was an objectively great play. You could say that without being like Javier Baez is the MVP. You know, I know what he is. Everybody knows
Clip
what
that.
he is.
I believe it was Lunchbox said he heard some El Mago chants out of the dugout today.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's playing well. Like I said, the young guys like to see. Everybody likes to see that. Just like everybody likes to see Torques doing better.
Yeah.
Like baseball's a kid's game. You're supposed to go out there and have fun.
All right, let's go to break. We're
Wait.
getting some Pistons and or you got one.
While we're talking shortstop, real quick, I know because Spenny and I believe, have a pizza bet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
The other shortstop that I had a lot of faith in this season,
Sweeney.
Trey Sweeney, looking good to start the year. He's got an 800 OPS, 267 average. I've liked what I've seen out of Trey Sweeney. Just wanted to give him a quick second here. 5 RBIs, a homer, a triple, a double. Yeah, he's looked pretty good to start this year. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Trey, especially against the right-handed pitching. I think Trey Sweeney can be a beast on the base paths as well. You know, when he's taking extra bases, making a double, turning it into a triple. Really liking Trey
Tries it
Sweeney.
too much, a little too much for my liking.
I'm hyping him up too much.
No. I'm saying the base running. Because yesterday he went for that third, the triple. Yeah,
he got thrown out.
yeah.
Going for a second triple.
I thought
of
he
the
was
year.
JMO or something.
It was a pretty bang play, right? I thought it was, but yeah,
What?
Trey
Sorry.
Sweeney.
Oh yeah,
he got thrown out going to third.
That was a laser, dude.
Yeah.
Like that was a perfect throw.
Yeah, I don't know. I like what I'm seeing out of Trey though. I mean, he's got 0.5 WAR already. So if for those who care about it, which I do, I know Spenny does not. But there we go. Detroit Tigers looking good. 2 games over 500. 5 wins in a row. Or 4 wins in a row. 4 wins in a row. Looking for 5 tomorrow.
4 wins in a row, looking for 5 with Scooble on the mound. So they're in the best case scenario right now, going up against obviously a Yankees lineup that has been extremely hot to start this season, just absolutely demolishing teams.
How many righties in their lineup?
Quite a few. I mean, it's pretty well balanced.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Scooble, righties, lefties, it doesn't matter. But
This is get back game too. He had
yeah,
two,
this
little
is his
rough
get back
ones.
game at
This
home.
one
Back at
relations in.
home,
Yeah,
he's gonna be feeling it. It's supposed to be
Hope it's
better,
a little warmer.
better than it is out today. Yeah,
yeah. Tonight's supposed to be a night game.
I expect Scooble to go out there and have a pretty damn good performance against the Yankees tomorrow. Let's go to break though. We'll come back. We're gonna talk some Lions, talk some Pistons. First, tell us about socials, Chris.
First, let me tell you about socials. If you are not tapped in with Detroit Tigers beat writer Nicholas Kolov and all the great Woodward Sports content, make sure you are following at Woodward Sports on YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, everywhere. Detroit Sports is the #1 digital network. Woodward Sports is also there, so make sure you are tuning in for breaking news, live reactions, and the best content from the best personalities Detroit Sports has to offer. Tap in at Woodward Sports on all social media platforms.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports. Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters, Woodward Sports.
Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Make sure you use promo code Woodward1000 to get your first bet up to $1,000 back in bonus free bets if it doesn't hit. Scan the QR code, go to Caesars Sportsbook. It's the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Small Rax, young Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream.
Red Wings, couple big wins
a little bit of a
over the weekend.
Yeah.
2 big wins against 2 good teams. Obviously, beating the Florida Panthers had them crashing out in that game. Again, in LCA. Talbot absolutely standing
AJ
on
Greer
his dick,
wanted
man.
Mo's head.
Yeah, that was. That guy. He's a fucking idiot.
Mo popped his helmet and didn't do nothing. I don't know what was going on.
Nah,
we were up 2-1.
Can't lose Mo. Can't lose Mo. In that game, can't lose Mo for the rest of the season. He's arguably the most important player on your team.
After these last couple games, Talbot might be the most
Talbot
important
has
player on
looked.
the team.
He waited a while to turn it on, but he finally turned it on, and I was happy for him.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if it's that he's a little bit older and he needs like the rest before he can go on these type of runs because he's done it a few times this year, but then it's after that it's been inconsistent. I don't know, but yeah, the Red Wings are keeping things alive somewhat. We did run the poll though. Pistons did win that one.
Yeah,
Cade back. They were 4-2 in his absence.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I didn't say anything about
it.
That's my bad. But the people want to hear some Pistons talk, so let's go with the Pistons. 4-2 in his absence. He came back. What was he like? 20. I know he had 9 boards, 4 assists. How many points?
23 minutes.
How many points did he have?
Oh, let me pull up his box.
29 or something like that. Either they fall short to Memphis Grizzlies. My question, I guess, because Cade's he's there now. Like
he's a
people
superstar.
are talking about him nationally. Yeah, exactly.
He's going to be second team All NBA.
I saw 2K Twitter posted like
should be first team.
Start bench cut and Cade was 92, and a lot of the answers were Cade was the start there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that
Harden,
too.
And Hallie, I think it was. Which obviously isn't the greatest crop of guys, I guess, but they're still.
Those are elite distributors in the NBA. Those are probably 3 of the top 5 point guards in the league right now.
Cade out the highest ranked guy, but again, the answer to that question. You heard Draymond come out and say, I could see him bringing Detroit a championship.
Yep.
That's not just like that's not, all due respect to Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero. That's not Gilbert Arenas saying that. That's a multi-time NBA champion. A guy that I believe had the Cavs and now he got suspended, could have been MVP.
He would have been Finals MVP.
Yeah.
If he didn't get suspended and they would have won that series, he absolutely would have been Finals MVP.
And basketball players hate to give praise, man.
Yeah.
Did you hear Marcus Morris this weekend fucking shitting on everybody? They don't give praise like that. Can Cade do it alone? Does he need the extra superstar? Can he Giannis this thing?
I don't know if he needs the extra superstar. I think he needs a more complete roster and maybe just some more. Obviously, you want to have the extra superstar, but can they do it the Dirk way? Where they have the one superstar and then they put a bunch of superstar role players around him to be that guy. Can they do it the Giannis
former
way?
Superstar guys?
Yeah, where they put the superstar out there and then put some very good important pieces like Drew Holiday and Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez and those guys and Chris Middleton around him, and it helps benefit him. I'm not going to say it's impossible because we see it happen in the NBA sporadically here or there. It's more likely for them to do it the real way or the NBA way where you go out and get another superstar next to him. But with the guys playing the way they are on this team, Malik Beasley is one of like 6 players in NBA history to have 300 or more threes in a season, and he did it this year on a $6 million a year deal. You obviously have guys performing insane feats like Isaiah Stewart leading the NBA in opposing field goal percentage at the rim. Jalen Duren has become a walking double-double and a paint protector in the same time. He wasn't like this defensively, and he has been great under JB
clearly
Bickerstaff.
missed him too.
Clearly missed him.
Weekend.
Asar Thompson. What you don't got to say anything else about this guy. He's top 5 and 5+ stocks game in the NBA. It's just amazing what they're doing as an all-around performance team. I'm not going to say they're going to go out there and they're going to win the title this year, but like I said, could they go on a Hawks-esque run and end up falling into the Eastern Conference Finals? I don't think that's that far out of the conversation for this team the way they're built. Like I said, is it likely for him to go out there and win a Super Bowl the Giannis or the Dirk way?
Champion.
Probably not. You would like it to be him and somebody else, with him still being the superstar, but another all-star level guy on there.
Yeah.
Do you have a guy that could grow into that on this team? I think you do. I think Ivy has the potential to be that guy. I think Ron Holland has the potential to be that guy. I think even Jalen Duren has the potential to be that guy.
Should be the first name you drop.
So we'll see what happens, but the Dirk and Giannis way isn't impossible. It's just more likely when you bring in another superstar.
Them going 4-2 in that stretch, and that's without Stewart as well too.
Yeah.
When I realized, and I've always liked Duren. Even when a lot of the guys were slandering him, I just kind of sat back, held quiet. This run they went on without Cade, that 4-2 stretch, Duren was on fire.
They're a real team, man.
And he was boned.
Yeah. Shout out JB Bickerstaff and Trajan Langdon for building and cultivating the talent out there, man. These veterans that JB brought, or that Trajan brought in, when you look at Tobias and Dennis Schroeder and even Paul Reed to a little extent, but obviously Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr., they are what's keeping the ship afloat when Cade has to miss a game or two.
You said Super Bowl earlier, and so DNC reiterated that.
Did I say Super Bowl? Oh,
yeah,
shit, my bad.
Cade won a Super Bowl.
Chris,
he did play quarterback. Fun fact.
So, I mean, look, it happens in NBA history, and you're right that it's rare, but oftentimes what it is, when you see Giannis, when you see Kawhi, when you see Jokic win these championships, it's when what conversation follows. They're the best player in the NBA. So the path for Cade Cunningham to do the Giannis, the Jokic, the Dirk, Kawhi way is to become the best player in the NBA, something he talked about recently in an interview with Eric Woodward of ESPN, where he said he wants to be the best player in basketball. So, you know, that is the path. That's the scenario in which that happens. Now, it is much more plausible that they get that championship with a co-star emerge next to a Cade Cunningham. But Cade Cunningham, man, look, I think with this Piston team and what we've seen this season, it's very hard to put a ceiling on this team. Like, when you look at these players, you look at the growth that every single one of these young guys have had, the leaps that they made. Isaiah Stewart, Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey's proficient three-point shooting jump, the progression we've seen in Ron Holland, which I would like to see again next year. Asar Thompson just absolutely establishing himself as a premium NBA asset that every single team would want tomorrow, no matter their roster construction. They have a lot of guys that have grown far past their expectations. Forgot to mention Jalen Duren in that as well, that you guys pointed out. I'm not ready to put a ceiling on these guys. I'm not ready to put a ceiling on any of these guys. I like looking at projecting what these players can be, but the truth is, if they are all elite role players, if they all do buy into their roles and do it consistently at a high enough level, then yes, a guy like Cade Cunningham can lead you to a championship. Draymond Green is right.
I'll tell you right now, the floor of this team, if they're playing this way, is a second-round playoff team. When you have Cade Cunningham, like just these three guys, if this is your team, your culture, who you have, you are going to be at least one series playoff winner pretty much every year. Cade Cunningham playing at a superstar level, Jalen Duren being a walking double-double and protecting the rim, and Malik Beasley being a 300 3-point maker in a season. If you have those three things, you're going to make the playoffs every single year. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if they, Duren or Beasley can consistently produce like that, but I mean, there's no sign of them. Slowing down. Defensively, he hasn't, but this year he has been absolutely tapped in, and that's a credit to JB Bickerstaff and what he has established with the bigs on this team, because Isaiah Stewart's always been very good defensively, but this year it's on a whole nother level.
I believe he and Cade lead the league in alley-oops.
Cade and Duren?
Yeah. 59.
Assisted dunks. Cade assisted dunks to Duren. So not specifically alley-oops.
Okay. Yeah, he's like 59 first in the league. I'd say Duren's pretty inconsistent. I mean, we go out the other night and have like 18 boards.
Yeah,
and 21 points.
I know, like this year he has been very good. But it's always been the question defensively, and he's a young guy. You want to see him continue to do that before you talk about championship expectations. We need to see it consistently for a couple seasons, him playing defensively like this. I don't think it's going to happen like he's going to fall off or anything. I totally believe he can, but I'd like to see consistency.
I think we'll see like this.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe a little bit more refined, because I think he's a phenomenal passer for a big man.
Yes, he is.
I think that may refine itself, especially the players that I guess grow alongside him. Like
they're all so young, man.
Come back. Yeah, like I think, and I'm cool with this, by the way, too. Like I don't think this is a guy you probably actually do pay the world to, but
you probably got to give him a rookie max.
I love the fit of Duren and Cade, to be honest with you.
Me too.
So the one thing I will say that's kind of interesting when you look at the archetypes we brought up, the Kawhi, Jokic, Giannis, Dirk, those are all bigs outside of Kawhi, who is a big wing. Cade is a big guard, and he's a sizable player for his position, but You look at the archetype. What does Eazy love to say all the time? Wings win you rings. And so I think that you need to look at one of the Ausar or Ron Holland guys to really step up. I know everybody looks at Ivy as the potential number 2 just because of his dynamic scoring ability. But if you're looking at the archetypes of what Cade Cunningham needs to probably help him get to that next level, it is Ausar being able to put together on the other end of the floor, because we know he's a defensive menace. It's Ron Holland being able to put it together on the offensive end of the floor, because we know he has that potential. So it's that. I think those are the things that you're looking at for this Piston team to take this next step, because Cade is the smallest size-wise of that group we named, of the people that went out and claimed that best player of the league.
Yeah,
and won the chip.
The
Real
fit
quick.
is different. Obviously, Dirk is a different fit with a player than Cade is because of how different players they are. But, I mean, I've already said it. I expect Ron Holland to be the second best player on this team when they're winning championships, and I truly believe that. I think he is going to be a dynamic scorer in the league, and I think he's going to be elite defensively. His size, his hustle, like stuff you can't teach, and the way he gets to the basket and his shot. I know the shot percentage isn't there, but the shot looks good. And he's uber confident. So I have a lot of faith in Ron Holland.
The point I want to make, because Chris brought up the wings when you rings, and that's like one of my favorite sayings to say, because it reminds me of like my order at B-Dubs, wings and onion rings. But beyond that, the reason why I go that route, though, is solid order for sure.
I love some onion rings, dude.
The reason why I go that route, though, is like a wing is, especially in the modern NBA, it's always been like a big man's game. Back in the day when you're a little bit more physical, it was Akeem Olajuwons, Shaquille O'Neal's, like the centers dominated the game. And now like less hand checking, less like physicality, it's kind of resulted to like a bigger body guy, so the in-between size of a wing with a guard skill set. And I think you get that in Cade Cunningham. Although he's not technically a wing on the floor, I think you still have that ability to play that type of basketball with Cade at like 6'6", 6'7", playing the guard spot, because he has a guard skill set at that size.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ron, I think, could fulfill your defensive prophecy. Offensively, obviously he's still great in transition. I think he'll always be that.
Yeah.
I want to see the shot fall a little bit more consistently. And I mean,
he's 18 years old. Yeah, so like he's going to get better for sure. But like I said, when I see the shot, like Ausar's shot doesn't look great when it comes out of his hand.
No.
Ron Holland's shot looks good.
Yeah.
I fully expect him. Like, I think Ron Holland's going to be like a clone of Trey Murphy, and the step that he took for New Orleans this year before him getting injured. Ron Holland. I don't think he's going to be dropping 40-point games.
Yeah.
But I mean, you never know.
He'll be a pest.
Crazy.
He'll be a menace to deal with for sure on both ends. Especially if he gets that rip bug where he's just constantly moving. You know what I'm saying, coming off screens. I
think he has the most potential out of any player on this team, not named Cade Cunningham. I believe.
I think this past offseason was more so in terms of Trey Vincent, or what's his first name?
Fred Vincent.
Fred Vincent was focused on Ivy. I think turn that, zero that in on Holland, or not Holland, but Ron.
Eazy just wants to leave Ivy for dead.
I've been fucking hitting the pin like crazy. I apologize. Yeah. Focus in on Holland, and let's see if we can cook up. Yeah. He got the release.
I think so too.
Chris, real quick before break.
Yeah, real quick. I just want to wrap that point up with, we talk about playoff basketball. When the game slows down, what do you see the players that do the best? It is the Giannis's, it is the LeBrons, it is just physically imposing players. Now those guys are much bigger than Cade, but relative to guards, Cade has that type of advantage. So I think that's going to be a huge thing. That's why you need that second wing. You need Jalen Duren to be a man amongst boys at the center position. Like, you need that physical imposingness to be able to win at the next level at playoff basketball, because the game gets ugly, and that's what wins.
Yeah, and people are worried about the Pistons' offense in the half court when the playoffs come around. What? I'm really not. I mean, with the pick and roll between Cade and Duren, with Tobias out there as well for a guy that can create his own shot, and then Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr. in the corner, I don't get the whole, like, the Pistons' half-court offense is going to be exposed in the playoffs. Like, no. Well, I think they have a lot of.
I'll tell you what,
they have a lot of very capable players when it comes to half-court.
Allow Cade, give Cade Cunningham a series, right, where he's consistently going against defenders, and he finds his spot where they're weak at.
Yeah.
The half court will be Cade Cunningham.
Yes,
the mini magician in the paint doing
work. Like I said, the pick and roll with Duren and Cade is one of the best plays that the Pistons have. And then you have standstill knockdown shooters at Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley and Tobias Harris, who is very good at getting his own shot in the half court. I'm not as worried about the Pistons half-court offense in the playoffs as some people.
My
Some
biggest
people are.
playoff concern for the Detroit Pistons is something I'll tell you when we come back. Tell us about Buddy's Pizza.
Buddy's Pizza. Buddy's Pizza created the category of the original Detroit-style pizza and has been serving it since 1946 with 22 locations in Michigan. There is always a Buddy's Pizza near you. Buddy's is the cornerstone of the city of Detroit, being here for 79 years, and is a dedicated community partner with notable partnerships with local organizations like Michigan Humane Society, Salvation Army, the Detroit Zoo, and more. Save 10% off your order using promo code 10MEAL. That's the numbers 10 and then MEAL. Go find a location near you at buddyspizza.com.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network. Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Jars, cannabis guys, top shelf quality, unmatched variety, price for the people. ShopJars.com. Find a location near you. They got 27 locations across the great state of Michigan, including ones coming to Madison Heights, Milan, and Grand Rapids. It's ShopJars.com.
Shop it.
What up, though? Welcome back. Whatever Waits Live, WordSports.com. Your boy Eazy. Mark Royal, you might be onto something. You know, that might be in there too, but no. I promise you guys to come back from break. I tell you, my biggest concern for the Detroit Pistons come playoff time, it is not the half-court offense. It is not Jaden Ivey messing up the chemistry. It is them crashing out. I think it's a clear weakness of this team. All due respect to them. As much as I'm a root for radio guy in terms of like the Pistons and Pacers matchup being like the playoff one, be probably the most fun to watch.
I want the Knicks.
Yeah, I feel that was one of the two teams I told you I pick in the top 8 that I would say we could beat in the playoff series, especially with them having Jalen Brunson coming back off of his injury situation too. The Ivy stuff, honestly, I think that is it's a worthy conversation, but it's not what I'm willing to have right now. Hopefully he comes back a little sooner than that, so he can develop that and on top of get his legs on him too. But for me, it is them crashing out because I can tell a coach or a player they'll go at Stu, and I think we kind of need Stu on the defensive side of the ball.
We absolutely need Stu. He's one of your most important players, especially when we get into the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, they are notorious crash outs. You look at Isaiah Stewart, you look at Ron Holland. I love both of them, but they are crash outs, and that is something that you got to worry about a little bit. None of these guys, outside of obviously Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley, none of the young guys on the Pistons have played in playoff atmospheres. So I'm sure J.B. Bickerstaff, Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley, they're going to have them ready, and they're going to know what they're walking into, whether it's in Madison Square Garden or wherever. But yeah, you need these guys to play, and you need them to stay in games, not get ejected, and not give up stupid technical fouls. And Isaiah Stewart, as much as I love him, he's gotten some really stupid technical fouls this year, especially against Giannis Antetokounmpo or against
the
other
Pacers.
players. Against the
specifically.
Pacers. Yeah, and,
he got fucking kicked out in the first quarter of the game.
Yeah, when we look at the Knicks, and I think everybody in this room wants the Knicks. Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's what he is. That's who he is. I think when we look at the Knicks, and everybody in this room wants the Knicks, and they're in position to play the Knicks right now, Karl Anthony Towns is a guy that Isaiah Stewart can get into his head without crashing out.
Oh, yeah.
Like Giannis, I don't want Stewart chirping Giannis too much because that dude's a psycho.
Yeah.
Miles Turner has already proven that Isaiah Stewart cannot get under his skin. Karl Anthony Towns is soft as Charmin. So Stu can get into his head.
He
and
might
it would
crash
actually
out just
mess
for
him
watching
up.
his soft ass be soft.
Yeah. So
be a bitch on the court.
I'd love to see the Knicks in the first round if I was the Pistons.
I think that's a series we win for sure.
Yeah. I mean, hell, Spencer, you talk about playoff experience. it doesn't matter because when you just have that DNA that Isaiah Stewart has, that Draymond Green has, look, he was a defending champion. This man went through the playoffs, won a championship, had a ton of playoff experience, and then the next year costed his team a championship. So that type of thing with Stu will never leave. I don't care how much success they have this year, how much success they have in the coming years. As a Pistons fan, you have to worry about Isaiah Stewart in the playoffs. That's just a reality, but it is a trade-off you have to accept because you understand the intensity night in, night out that brings, how much better Jalen Duren. I know we give JB Bickerstaff a lot of credit, but I think also Isaiah Stewart deserves a lot of credit in helping to mold Jalen Duren because when you have a dog like that in practice that is taking your spot, we saw early in the year, we saw Isaiah Stewart taking minutes from Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
I think that motivates you. That brings out the best in you. So you understand the trade-off. But yes, it is something that no matter how much playoff experience, you do have to worry about. And I agree with your point, Eazy, that Karl-Anthony Towns is the exact person I want Isaiah Stewart going up against because I know Isaiah Stewart has seen the compilations of Cat that we all have seen. And I just want to give a guy like Isaiah Stewart that compilation video to just watch of Cat and just think of all the trash talking that he wants to do. I think it'll be excellent because Cat's going to take himself out of games. He doesn't even need trash talking.
That's what I'm saying.
You add Isaiah Stewart, and yeah, we'll see a Karl-Anthony Towns crash out.
I feel like the only way Stu would crash out in this Knicks series is this is like so absurd by the way too. Just watching Cat be soft and naturally annoying.
Yeah,
like him and Gobert. And Spain's one to point out with Gobert, and I finally saw him in the fucking Timberwolves series before he got traded. Did it in for me, and then Stu hitting him with the fucking. But Cat's the same way too. Mental midget. All due respect. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that word. Mental little person.
That's fine.
I mean, look, I'm excited for the Knicks series. I'm ready for it. If you're asking me my biggest fear, that's up there. For me, it still is the half-court offense just because I do want to see what guys...
You don't think in this series Cade will, after like game 2 or 3, find like his spot against whoever?
I love Cade Cunningham, but I think that question can be flipped both ways. I think you could say what happens when you have a whole
guard
game
in the paint,
when,
in the mid-range?
when you have a whole game plan. And again, it comes down to me. It comes down to the shooters because if Tim Hardaway in game 1 comes out 0 for 4 from 3, and the next game they leave him off and he's in a shooting slump, that drastically changes the floor. Beasley, who's great this year, not expecting him to, but those type of role players, if any one of them, if Tobias, if any one of them are not hitting 3-point shots at an excellent rate, this thing gets a lot more pressure towards Cade Cunningham. Defenses can do a lot more. And, you know, it's his first time here. I have faith that Cade is going to overcome that through years and maybe even through this series, overcome some of the matchups that he sees. But ultimately, it's going to be a learning curve. This guy is a young player, and while he has the potential to be the best player in the world, every best player goes through those series. LeBron, look how bad he was in the 07 finals. And that was after some playoff reps. But the Spurs just knew how to get the best out of him. So I think that's just historically how the NBA goes. It's not a knock on Cade Cunningham. It's just something we have to wait and see.
Nick, how you feeling about these Pistons?
I'm feeling good, and I'm still at the point. It's obviously like Knicks or Pacers. That's who we're going up with, but I still want Indiana. I just think you really have. There's something there with it where the extra juice, it gets me like even more intrigued for this matchup, like the rivalry of the past and bringing it back. And I think that these teams genuinely hate each other. And to see that in a first-round series where I believe you have the best player on the court, I'd like our odds to win that series. I know we haven't had, a lot of luck controlling our emotion. I still think Cade's better than any New York Knick, but they have a lot more top-end talent, guys.
I agree.
But I like our odds better to beat the Pacers than the Knicks.
Why?
Oh, wow. That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, why?
I think the top-end talent that Cade has, like, compared to the Pacers' top-end talent, like, I still think Brunson's better than anyone on the Pacers. I think
you take
Karl
Brunson
Anthony
over
Towns-
Halliburton?
Yeah, I've seen Halliburton fall away in like a few games or a couple times against the Pistons this season.
And Cat over Miles Turner. Miles Turner might be Defensive Player of the Year.
But I feel like the Pacers are deeper as a team.
Yeah,
I think they play better defense too.
I think they have more versatility to throw at you.
Yeah,
that's why I'm scared. Like the Knicks, the Knicks' strengths, and if you could just minimize them or just outdo those, I think you would.
But they do have a lot of talent.
And we've already beat New York in Madison Square Garden twice this year.
We only beat the Pacers once.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was here.
I thought we were over.
No, it was there.
No, we beat them once.
It was there. Yeah, it was 1-3. I think they were
1-3.
Yeah, I like the matchup against the Pacers. I really do.
I mean, I'm not that mad.
I'm not scared of the Pacers at all.
It's not that big of a difference. I'm not that mad at that take. Like the Pacers and Knicks aren't that far off. I just like I think we have the mental advantage over the Knicks, and I don't think we have the mental advantage over the Pacers. And I think I've already talked about how I think basketball is one of the most mental games out there. So I like our mental advantage against the Knicks. I like Cade in New York. Like he puts on a show every time he goes to Madison Square Garden. So, and that's kind of I guess you can go either way with storyline because like beating the Knicks in Madison Square Garden or beating the Pacers with the rivalry.
Yeah.
IT Hips in the Woodward Sports chat with the super chat. He says, my biggest worry against the Knicks is that Duren not guarding the perimeter and Cat takes threes. I agree, but same thing. You could say the same thing against the Pacers. Miles Turner has torched us from the perimeter every game we've played them so far this year.
Yeah. And the one thing you can count on with Cat, even last year when he was a lot better in the playoffs, is every single series he has at least one bad game.
Yeah.
And it just completely shoots their team in the foot. There's a lack of consistency with him. And I know he's looked great this year for New York. I'm not going to believe that. And another thing, too, we saw it last year. The Knicks get grinded down. Like, come play, not the same as they are in the regular season because Tibbs puts a lot of miles. Mikal Bridges played the first 44 minutes of a game before he got subbed out. Like, it's at that point, why even sub him out? And I think he brought him back in 30 seconds later.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. So Tibbs, we know the MO on Tibbs, and while it's a good team, I also think Tibbs is a coach that you can out scheme in the playoffs too. Yeah. I don't think he's necessarily the biggest tactician.
No, I agree. I think we have the coaching advantage. Honestly, in either of these matchups, I think we have the coaching advantage. But let's go to break. We're going to come back. After that, we'll be joined by Russ Brown, the legend, and we're going to break down some Lions draft thoughts, top 30 visits. Obviously, they've been meeting with Josiah Stewart any way they can, and they've obviously had a top 30 visit with Shamar Stewart, but they like those Stewarts and Campbells. Let's go to break. We're going to talk with Russ after that, but first let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone, where everybody can get a full body workout in 30 minutes. All memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month, or you can get the black card, get use amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Mad Packs. I forgot I did this
Mad
one.
Packs.
Oh,
Mad Packs.
no.
Mad Packs.
All right.
All the things you need to
Spenmo
get
Rex
lit.
here to talk about Mad Packs. Shout out to them. They hooked it up on opening day. I was cold and they clothed me. They gave me a hoodie to wear. They brought in some great pre-rolls. Mad Packs is the hottest new cannabis brand and is partnering with Woodward Sports. You know what that means? I am going to be feeling good every day, not just opening day. Mad Packs is going to take your game to the next level. High-low is going to get you high for the low and deliver top-tier quality at unbeatable prices. Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka. The live rosin-infused tarantula. This one's the bomb. Blizzard Packs, THCA moon rocks that hit like a blizzard, coming to select retailers in May 2025. Stay tuned with the Woodward Sports Network for the latest updates. It's Mad Packs.
The Tigers just fucking Yankee killers.
We are notorious Yankee killers.
You know, I saw somebody bitching about Will Bain giving it to us too as well, to the Pistons. He is a Pistons killer.
Who?
Bain.
Oh, Desmond Bain?
Desmond
yes,
Bain, yeah.
yeah.
It was like 2 years ago. He dropped like 50 on us.
I wanted
49,
Desmond
I
Bain
think it
really
was,
bad,
yeah.
and that's why I will never forgive Troy Weaver because he passed on Desmond Bain 3 times.
Yeah, it was Maxey and Bain, right? That
And
draft?
Maxey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Isaiah Stewart, Killian Hayes, and Sadiq Bey.
Bain's fucking jacked.
Desmond Bain is a dog. He is a perfect shooting guard in the NBA.
I can't wait to get popped.
His
with
arms are
steroids.
so long. He plays such good defense, and he strokes that thing. Cuzzo, pause.
Whoa.
You ever seen that video?
Yeah. I did.
The old head and Rex.
Because I'm gonna get it right now.
Hey, yeah, dude, that shit's so funny.
Desmond Bain's so jacked that his arms don't look long.
Yeah,
They
but
look stocky.
he's got some very long arms. Great defender, obviously a great shooter. Would have been an amazing pairing with Cade Cunningham.
All right, as we wait for our guy Russ to tap in, I do want to get to a little bit of homework I was doing on the Detroit Lions, and shout out to Pod, and then once again provide us with those list of visits they've had.
Shout out,
And
proud of Detroit.
historically, probably Detroit. That's POD Pod, but Detroit Lions typically draft the guys they meet with. Mm-hmm. That is one of the biggest standards that they evaluate guys off of is your football character, your FBI, like your football intelligence. When
Yeah,
you fit
FBI.
in here, when the tough gets going, does the going get tough, or whatever. Fuck it, when the going gets tough, does the tough get going?
Yep. I mean, it works either way.
It works either way.
Yeah, like a bisexual.
Wait, what?
You never seen Family Guy?
Either way, that's why these meetings are so important. I think we're trying to evaluate what the Detroit Lions are going to take. And shout out to Poole on this one, doing the homework. Top 30 visit, virtual visit,
Yeah.
and a local pro day visit.
Shout out Poole.
One name has been consistent in there, and that's Josiah Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
They've met with him 3 times now. It's Detroit edge, or Michigan edge rusher, I should say, who's been an absolute demon.
I
for
want
Michigan.
it, I
A
want
little
it,
bit
I want
undersized,
it.
but I think 3 times might be a little bit of a tell.
3 times?
Projected second-round pick, but it's right on straight back. You
You
grab
know
him.
what happens on a third date?
3 times might be a little bit of a tell, and I mean, if you draft Josiah Stewart, I think that they're gonna play him at Sam, right? Like
You got to.
you have to play him at Sam.
Or first-year DPR guy, designated pass rusher.
Could be. I would like this move. That's a pass rusher, and he knows how to get to the quarterback, and he shows up in big games. He's a demon out there, but it goes against anything they like at the edge spot. So
Yeah.
if my thought process is he would play the Sam, and I would to have him behind Derek Barnes or to be in that linebacker rotation where we saw Nowaski and Neiman and stuff last year fill in for Derek Barnes. Yeah, I would absolutely love that. Again, a second-round guy. I don't think they reach for him in the first round, but
Yeah.
yeah, I would take that for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't see it happening in the first round, but I do like him a lot. I know Nick's pumped about it because that's one of his Michigan guys. But I'm looking at the top 30 visits. Other than that, they've really only met with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. And only 3 of those guys have, like, consensus first-round grades, and that's Gray Zabel, the tackle. He's going to end up being the guard at the NFL from North Dakota State. Edge, obviously, Josiah Stewart talked about, and my guy, Shamar Stewart. Trading back? Is that what's going to happen? I mean, Shamar's a guy that I don't think you get at 60. I think he goes before then.
I think he goes before 20.
Josiah Stewart?
Shamar Stewart.
Oh, Shamar. I'm sorry. I meant to say Josiah.
Yeah.
I apologize. Yeah, that's a guy I don't think lasts in the second round.
I agree.
Pick 60 at all. I think you might have to move back in the second, grab him earlier on.
Yeah, so I think Brad is weighing his options here because of those two guys, neither of them would be the pick at 28. If you want Shamar Stewart, you're going to have to move up to get him. If you want Josiah Stewart, you're not going to draft him at 68 or 28. You're going to trade back. So we all think that Brad Holmes is going to move somewhere, and I think that's just a contingency plan. Like if he is in there and say Shamar Stewart falls past 17, 18, Brad Holmes is probably going to pounce and try to get him. But if it gets to 28 and none of the guys that he likes is on the board there, he could trade back. I mean, it's so hard to predict what this guy's going to do in the draft because he's so sporadic. Like, you can do fucking anything. You don't know. But
you can play the board. And you can play it true to like his valuations of these players, whether first round guys, second round guys. They take multiple swings in the back half of it, and the stuff. And I hate to harp on Shamar because I know I've been like the biggest like guy for him. But now that he's met with him, and it's a conversation you got to have. Like at pick 28, or anywhere around that 20 to 28, or wherever he lands, where Brad moves up to grab him. I guess I'm just sick of people like judging this as like a top 5 pick or a top 10 pick. Like he's not worth no, brother. In the second half of the first round, to grab a guy like that is a phenomenal draft pick. What do you mean? It's a guy with the upside of a guy you're paying right now and Marcus Davenport, but a healthier version of it.
Yes.
You know, like all you need is 2 to 3 moves. And that's coming from Bruce Irvin, like one of the best pass rushers of all time. It's not like if this was pick 10. Pick 15, pick 5, pick 2, when we grabbed Hutch, and the conversation with Shamar Stewart, I could see the crash outs. I could understand why everyone's bitching.
Was it Bruce Irvin or Bruce Smith?
Irvin Smith, maybe. I don't fucking know. We'll mix it up. How about that? I don't know what that's.
Probably Bruce Smith.
Either way, the guy played for the Bills.
Yeah, Bruce Smith.
Cade Cunningham winning the Super Bowl. You know, we're doing big things over here. We're heavyweights. Shout out. You know,
I just don't want somebody to be like, oh, the heavyweights think that Bruce Irvin's the best pass rusher of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Bruce is good. But
Yeah. Definitely meant Bruce Smith.
Yeah.
Either way, it's pick 28.
Yes.
It's the back half of the first round. Getting a guy like Shamar Stewart, a prospect like Shamar Stewart, is an A-plus pick.
Absolutely.
And again, I'm already been on the boat. I've been saying this since the beginning of everything. Like, if he decides to move back in the second round, take multiple swings at like Nick Scorton or Josiah Stewart, I'm here for that as well.
Yeah, and there is one thing I think that Brad values more than your football IQ or like your football, personality and what that is, and that's your RAS score and your athleticism. And Shamar Stewart had a perfect RAS score. Like, he is arguably the most athletic player in this draft. That is something that turns Brad on. Pause. And you can see that because he's met with him. I would love that.
Fan of guys
I would
with
love
big
it if
butts.
they get Shamar Stewart, or if they trade back and happy. But see, I just don't think they're in a spot where they need to do that. I think they are 1 or 2 pieces away from winning a Super Bowl, and I could see him move. I just think he's going to move up because we know he wants a upgrade at edge rusher next to Aiden Hutchinson. We know that based on what he's done, who he's called for. He's been in talks with Daniil Hunter and Max Crosby and Myles Garrett and all these guys. He brought in Zadarius Smith. Unfortunately, Hutch was hurt. He wants to get that. We know he has been talking in excess about how much he has to pay these guys and all these contracts coming up. So Aiden Hutchinson, who will soon be making late 30s, probably $40 million a season, you pair him with a guy on a rookie deal for 5 years at the second most frugal position in football, then you forget about that for 5 years.
Yeah.
Because you've got your one stud defensive end locked down and the other guy on a rookie contract at the second highest paid position in football. I think it just makes sense. And like I said, with the depth of this draft class and the amount of edge rushers in there, I find it hard-pressed to believe that he's not going to draft a first-round edge rusher. But we'll see.
The other thing, too, I guess when it comes to Stewart is, like, also maybe stop looking at him as just strictly an edge. Like, see what they're doing with Josh Pascal. Brad mentioned it last week. That's a guy we see playing a little bit more inside than we see playing outside. Shamar Stewart's been on record himself saying like he would almost prefer to play inside just because he knows the leverage he has against a lot of these guards coming off the ball with his long arms. I'm I don't know. Just the versatility standpoint of that too. But we do have to go to break. We do have some bills to pay. Tell us about Feldman Chevrolet.
Feldman Chevrolet Novi.
Jalen Duren playing tonight, active officially.
Shout
out. Feldman Chevrolet Novi, Detroit's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year for 6 consecutive years. Get a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew for just $199 a month. And you can also get a 2025 Chevy Equinox for only $249 a month. Come see George Hawes and his team at Feldman Chevrolet Novi today.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi experts, Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
If you are tired of your same old Detroit sports merch, head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab there and get yourself some brand new merch. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all of that for all Detroit teams. Make sure you are checking out Woodward Sports' latest merch updates all throughout the year. Go ahead and go to woodwardsports.com and shop today.
I don't know why I read this guy's comments and just work myself up. Eazy D, you got me again. There's no way he believes half the shit he says.
I honestly think he does, which is even more impressive.
Not impressive at all. It's disgusting. But moving on. We still love you, Eazy. Thank you for watching the show, man.
Appreciate you.
If your takes are real, I hate them. They're fucking awful. Red Wings.
I did just a question to put a bow on the edge thing real quick.
Yeah.
Where are you at, like, with Shamar Stewart if they don't get him? Because, like, you light up talking about this guy. You think he is the missing piece for this Detroit Lions team.
I just think it's not like a. I mean, yeah, I do like him a lot for sure. I'm not. That's got to be the guy. It's not that type of situation at all. But like, obviously, Brad's interested. They met with him now. I think he fits what we got going on in terms of like the bigger body defensive ends. And again, this isn't like a number 2 overall pick. This isn't number 10 overall. This isn't 12 overall. We're picking at 28. So if you grab a guy like that fits what you got going on, this versatile, can play inside and outside. That's an A+ home run, hell of a pick. I am not, but the reality is like he is somewhat projected to be a top 15 pick. So I don't have like the expectations of it happening for sure. It's just like if he falls within striking distance, yeah, I'm all about it. I'm not, draft Shamar or bust. He's not that type of prospect. But if he's one that you grab at 20 and beyond, like all day.
I got you. Makes sense.
That answers my question. I was just gonna say, is 20 like what's the number you pull the trigger at for him?
I'd say anything past 17.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I think Brad Holmes trains up to between 18 and 22, and he gets one of the guys that he wants. If it's Shamar Stewart, great. If it's Mike Green, James, whoever falls, Mikael Williams, like I said, I think Shamar Stewart would probably be who I think is the 3rd or 4th best edge rusher in this draft. I think it's Abdul Carter, James Pierce, and then Mike Green or Shamar Stewart, depending on which flavor you want. You could put the other one at 3rd or 4th. So if you can go up and get one of those guys, it's a great pick.
Yeah, I think that'd be a home run, slam dunk type of thing. Nick?
No, sounds good. I just know you vibe talking about him, so I wanted to see how high you are willing to go up as well. So shout out Chris for the question.
Yeah. We'll see. Nick, do you have a guy that you're like? I know you're king of the do it now, king of the production.
Microwave
Nick.
Who do you want if it's a 1st round pick for the Lions? Doesn't have to be an edge rusher if you don't want him to get. I know you like the offensive line the 1st round.
I'll bring you a name tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, do you have somebody that you're in love with?
I mean,
Who's your
I
draft
think you
crush?
guys have really sold me on Shamar Stewart. I really do, just because of the athleticism and the way you guys talk about him, particularly Eazy. I'm buying into that because I'm looking at the history of Brad Holmes and how he drafts. He loves those high RAS scores. So to me, I think that's partly why I buy into it, is because it does seem logical given his draft tendencies. Because I don't like to cling to one guy that I just think is impossible to get. This seems like a guy that Brad Holmes would be willing to, put on the table for and go up and move and get him.
I'm with the shits.
Yep, I'm with this. Complexion.
Who's your guy?
Mine?
Who's your draft crush?
James Pierce.
Yeah.
But they're not going to draft him, so I
Yeah.
don't talk about him that much because I don't think there's a chance in hell they draft him, even if he falls to 28.
Do you think he goes the second?
Do I think he goes when?
Do you think he becomes second round pick?
No.
Think someone's gonna take that risk?
If he gets to the Eagles, he's an Eagle.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt in my mind, and he's going to be really good if he's an
Who
Eagle.
are you more confident in being a first round pick, him or Jackson Dart?
Jackson Dart.
Gross.
But maybe
Not even a second thought. Jackson Dart is a first round pick.
Gross.
Maybe Lions poetic justice here. He goes to the Eagles. Him and
that's
Jalen
an
Carter
opinion there.
crash out. The Eagles fall apart.
Could be.
And then it opens up for the Lions.
I don't know. I just think
Start driving sports.
I think
cars
James
again.
Pierce is the second best edge in this draft. And if the Chiefs or the Eagles, somebody gets him like that, I'm going to be sick, dude. He has elite burst off the line, and his closing
Sick
speed
to
is
my
insane.
stomach, fam.
The bend he has coming off of the edge isn't something you can teach. He's just an asshole. So what? I don't care. I'm not paying him to fucking raise my nephew. I'm paying him to sack the quarterback.
I think
I think it's more than an asshole. I think he's been called uncoachable.
Well, he's never had Dan Campbell as his head coach.
It's fair.
Have we had visits with Mike Green? Because I think that's my
No.
guy.
I think they met with him at the combine.
But it's like the
That,
way the pod
it's a
article
trade-up.
writes is like the reason why they only categorized top 30 visits, virtual visits, and the local and pro days is that everybody meets the combine. They're all like informal, not like sit down. You know what I'm saying? They're like just like, hey, type of conversation type shits. Hey, what's going on?
Kenneth Grant. I would love Kenneth Grant as well. Yeah, please give me Kenneth Grant if he's there. I keep seeing him fall. Don't get it. Don't understand it.
I don't get that at all either.
I think Kenneth Grant being a guy, Roy Lopez obviously only on a 1-year deal, DJ Reader on the last year of his deal, to have Kenneth Grant set there to be the guy next to Aleem McNeil.
Broderick looking on his way out.
Yeah, Broderick's not a nothing burger.
The thing with Kenneth Grant as well, the reason why I think it's happening, and I'm just trying to fucking think of something because I really don't understand either, is when he tweaked his hamstring, or what was it? What did he tweak at the combine? Because he was going to run.
Yeah.
He tweaked something. And I was wondering if they're thinking like to be able to have that burst or that get off of that size, is it maintainable and staying healthy? You know. But I think even if he took off 20 pounds, 30 pounds, he'd still be a formidable guy that could command a double team.
I agree.
Because of the get off. I mean, he might be quicker at that point. You know,
I
be
agree.
more of a pass rusher.
I see, like I said, I'm not saying he's going to be this guy, but I see Chris Jones when I look at him and his size and his ability and how he can get to the passer. If he lost a little weight, learned a move or two on that interior, I'm not saying he's going to be Chris Jones, but that archetype of player.
He's a little smaller, ain't he?
Not really.
Chris Jones like 6'5".
So is Kenneth Grant.
Arms. I think Kenneth Grant's like 6'3".
No, remember we did that. We flipped it around.
I don't know.
I remember that segment. I didn't remember who it was about, but I remember Spencer looking somebody up and then him being like
6'4", right in the middle, fellas.
6'4", what, 310, 330? 6'4", 330.
Yeah. How tall's Chris Jones?
Chris Jones is 6'6".
Kenneth Grant.
Big boy.
He's a freak.
Kenneth Grant is
6'6", 298.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 inches and minus
That's a
20
lot.
pounds.
I think Derek Harmon's kind
Great
of more
size.
that mold. I don't think he'll be
It's a
that
lot.
good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that mold of like
Not too much.
long body.
Listens
To be
well.
honest with you,
Loyal.
Shamar played like 290 something. He's just not 6'6", but he's,
Yeah.
6'4".
Like I said,
Or no, I think
Chris
Shamar
Jones.
Is,
Chris Jones is one of a kind.
I think Shamar, he is 6'4". His shit has been all over the map though too. That's the other thing too is a lot of people like we talk about the A&M system. What's like he's still 6'6", I guess. I thought the combine he was shorter, but
Nicholas Duncan says Nazir Stackhouse, 7th rounder. Yeah, he's a monster, but
I'd be cool with that.
I'm not going to. I hope they get somebody before that. But yeah, him.
I know Shamar 6'5", 34 charms.
All right, let's go to break. We'll come back, do some mailbag questions.
Mailbag.
Tell us about Loom.
Loom's got me off my rocker right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, it's not even close. It's there's 2 great dispensaries, but this one is Loom. This one is Loom. It's great. You already know Loom Cannabis Co., but did you know they've got all the brands that you love now for less with unbeatable prices, a wider selection, and the best loyalty program. Loom is the premier destination for new and experienced shoppers alike. Experience Michigan's #1 recreational dispensary at one of their 38 locations. Use code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order. That is code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order online or in store. Go to www.loom today.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball's gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
That one kid's fucking legit though. Swamp Curry. I mean,
Swamp
dropped
Curry's a
like
dog.
34 in that one. That was
Swamp
crazy.
Curry's a dog. Our guy Sound Kayak is in 2nd place of the Woodward Sports Bracket Challenge.
No way.
And
who's #1?
I don't know, but he doesn't have Houston as the champion, and Sound Kayak does. So if Houston wins, he's going to win the whole thing.
That's crazy because Sound Kayak stays in California, so he'd have to make a trip out. Or
he said he's moving back, though.
Re-gift it. Shout out to Sound Kayak.
But no, the first place is $1,000.
Oh, 2nd place with all the games.
2nd place is the trip.
Yeah, the
golf trip.
Grand
and then
Traverse
3rd
City
place
trip.
is the Pistons
Bucks.
That's sick.
And like I said, if I won 1st place, I would be like, yo, I want the 2nd place prize.
Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking that
it's
too.
worth way more than $1,000. But
John
people like cash.
Lord ask if you could own any stadium/venue, which one would it be? He'd pick the Las Vegas Dome.
That new Sphere looks sweet.
I would pick
Sphere is sweet.
Or Sphere.
Personally,
here comes Edge.
Off the top of my
No, here comes Edge.
Yeah, the Sphere actually would be the one.
Sphere would be sweet. The Tokyo Dome. Financially speaking,
SoFi.
Financially speaking, Tokyo Dome probably #1.
Yankees,
Madison
Wrigley.
Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, MSG. The amount of concerts at MSG.
Hard Rock. You get Super Bowls like every other year. Jerry's World is
be up there.
Although
LCA.
it's falling apart a little bit.
I'll take any of these
ceiling,
buildings.
coming off
Yeah,
the
I do remember
ceiling.
that. That was crazy.
Which one?
When the ceiling was
Jerry's
falling
World.
off of Jerry's World.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. That's right.
Last year, they just built that bitch.
That's
like,
dangerous.
Now remember the sun costed them a game.
sun cost the
Yeah,
game.
I've been in Jerry's World. It was sick.
Awful. You
Tokyo
gotta fix
Dome
that.
was second for me, says John Effing Lord. Yeah, dude. I mean, you know how much money you would make if you owned the Tokyo Dome?
Our Lunchbox asks, is there a pick in the first round that you'd question?
Running back. Or off-ball line. I think we already said if it's running back or off-ball linebacker, I would be upset.
Safety.
See, I could
Cornerback.
understand safety.
You have two guys that are going to be all pros.
Yeah,
next
but that's
year,
it, and
more
you have to
likely.
pay them both. You know,
Reset
I
the
mean,
market
Or you can
twice.
pick one.
yeah, I wouldn't like it, but I could understand that more than running back or off-ball linebacker.
I can make sense of honestly everything. Jihad's off ball.
I mean, but he's more known for his pass rushes.
He's good.
He's a big part. He is everything for sure.
Cornerback.
I wouldn't hate it.
You
wouldn't hate
I
it?
would hate cornerback. Yeah.
After going first 2 rounds last
I
year?
would hate cornerback. Yes, confirmed would hate it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Confirmed I would
DJ Reed.
hate it as well.
They do love, what's his name?
DJ Reed, you got your 2 rookies from last year. You got Amik Robertson still. You just signed Maddox and Rock Ya-Sin to have good depth. I think your cornerback room right now is the best it's been under Brad Holmes' tenure. So,
sure.
Yeah,
Last year, but this
I would
year
not
probably
like cornerback.
I'd be fine with cornerback. I ain't sure about that one.
We'll see. Chanel,
I could talk myself to tight end. I could talk myself to receiver.
Streaming tonight on Twitch.
Hey, yo.
Come hop in.
I could talk myself into Gray Zabel, which is one of the top 30 picks
I could
had
definitely.
too, so.
I mean, Gray Zabel, you don't really got to talk yourself into. That would make a lot of sense.
Early line for tomorrow, fellas. Tigers. About minus 158 on the money line. Yankees plus 134. So
what happens when you got your horse on the tip,
we got
man.
our horse on the tip, and Carrasco, oldie righty.
No way.
Righty
Carlos
is
Carrasco?
still I guess he is still in the league. Carlos
He kind
Carrasco
of is a Tigers killer.
and he's a righty though. So get to see these lefties hopefully shine tomorrow.
Tor,
Riley,
Carry in the
Cole,
2-hole.
Oh, do we even talk about Carey?
Kinstry.
Yeah.
Moving 2 bombs.
Feels like so long
You
ago.
guys know
that
it
it
is.
was
It does.
It
feel
does.
like
Baseball's like that, though.
I mean, there's been 3 games since the opening day.
There was a walk-off yesterday, and we literally had to jump into
Yeah.
the Yankees game today.
Kind
of crazy.
Yeah, Carrasco, I don't know his career numbers for the Tigers, but I just remember him kind of killing us when he was on the Indians. But that is good. Get those lefties out there. It's probably going to be who's going to be in the maybe Carey to lead off.
7.36 ERA so far this season.
Okay, I like that.
Damn.
I didn't know this. Why the fuck did they? Are they that desperate that they signed Carlos Carrasco?
Guess
That is
so,
kind of
dude.
crazy.
He is.
Ronan asked a question, but
He said 38 years old with a 7.3 ERA, said Jake Rowe. Yeah. Tigers should mash tomorrow. So take
the series.
What's the team over for the Tigers? Or what's the game over? Because it's probably like 4.5.
Rich Baldwin
or
asked,
something like
"Would you
that,
guys
'cause,
have
you know,
Mina on the
Scooble's
show
on the
again?" I'll reach back out after the draft.
Mina? Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say there's a couple draft guys we could probably get on too, but I really want to save it till after the draft because I feel like the conversations at 28 are all the same. Like,
oh my God, Spencer, you okay?
Same ones that we're having.
But
is it just me, or is this like the most boring Lions draft season?
It is. Because you have
weird?
such a good
It's
team,
obvious.
and you're drafting at 28, and you're just like, yeah, whatever Brad chooses, we're good with.
Yeah, it's weird.
Because really, even if I was upset that if they draft a cornerback or a safety or whatever, they're probably going to be a stud. So can't get too upset. Baez bats 430 off of him lifetime, says Jake Rowe. Javi Homer, first homer of the year next year.
Pistons Tigers parlay. Spicy.
Who's winning the championship tonight? Oh,
Florida.
Anthony Patterson. 100% agree. By the way,
Florida's winning the chip tonight.
Yeah.
They're not going to go on a 10-minute scoring drought like Duke did.
Swam Curry's. He's got the takeover ability.
He's really good.
Houston? Who is their guy? Is the whole team ball?
Their
What's
whole
up?
team. Yeah,
That's crazy.
their whole team's been there for like 5 years, and
I
they
s-
just play insane defense.
They posted something on Twitter where they were
See, Chanel, because you're bad.
there 2016. He was literally giving out tickets for free.
Yeah.
Trying to get people in their stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, it's been 7 years later. He's in the national championship, but that's awesome.
Well,
That's
Sound
sick.
Kayak, I hope for you that Houston wins because that'd be cool for you to win. I mean, I picked Florida to win, but I think my bracket's toast anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you tapping in for Eazy for Nick, the Tigers beat reporter for Woodward Sports at Nick Koloff. Go give him a follow.
Shout out.
Chris, Plenty Pods, you can follow him too if you want. I am Spencer. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.